This is Robert Bornstein from Robert's Tropical Paradise Garden. Today we're going to learn how to make garden fresh ratatouille. Now originally ratatouille came from Nice, France, and the farmers of the area would use fresh onions, zucchini, tomatoes, and peppers. Later on, eggplants were used. Today we're going to make it out of the ingredients that I have here, and you at home can use also whatever you have growing in your garden. And the original word ratatouille means to toss, so we're going to toss it all in the pan, saute it, and then add a little brown rice or whole grain pasta, and it's going to be a delicious fresh meal from farm to table. First we're going to add some delicious organic olive oil. Let the olive oil heat up a bit. And then we're going to add our chopped ingredients one at a time. Now while that's warming up, I'm going to cut some of these eggplants. Now some of you may not like eggplant too much, but what's nice about ratatouille is you don't really taste the bitterness of the eggplant because of the tomato sauce. So we're going to slice it up, cube it up, like that, and then we're going to do the same thing with the zucchini and the tomatoes, and then proceed. Okay, we cut up the onions. We're going to add those in, let those saute a while. Love the onions. And then we're going to continue chopping everything else while this sautés. We already have the eggplant done. We're going to cut the zucchini. Now, if you've ever grown zucchini, sometimes you know they disappear and then you find them and they're the size of baseball bats. Well, you still can use them and they're perfect for ratatouille. We're just going to cube it a little more than usual, make it into smaller pieces, and luckily the seeds aren't so big on this one. So we're going to quarter it like so, and then just cube it like that. This is a very healthy meal, and it doesn't take a long time either, which is good. Now while this is cooking, we're going to add a little fresh ground pepper. If you've got your own garlic from the garden, great. Florida, it's hard to grow garlic. I have some organic here, already crushed. We're going to have to cube these tomatoes from the garden as well. Now, I don't have enough tomatoes right now for this dish, so I have some organic chopped tomatoes we're going to add as well. Now we're going to prepare some fresh herbs to add to the ratatouille. Okay, everything looks like it's sauteing really nicely here. It's settling down. So we're going to now add the extra ingredients we want to add. We have the chopped organic tomatoes. Now there's some room. We're going to add a drop of water. We're going to chop up some fresh oregano. We're going to put in thyme from the garden, a little sea salt, and then just a little other oregano. Mix it all up. Then we're going to cover it again and let it saute. While it's sauteing, we're going to boil the water for the pasta, get that going, and this is an absolutely delicious meal. Okay, the water's boiled for the pasta.
Whoa.
We're going to add some whole grain pasta. There we go. I'm a messy cook, I know. So, now we're going to let this cook. Oh, this has to cook here about 20-25 minutes, depending on how tender you like it. Let's see how it's coming. I added a little more tomato sauce because I love tomato sauce. And another thing I'm going to add is some hot pepper flakes to give it a little zing. Now we're just going to add a little salt to the water, and then we're going to add some crushed red pepper flakes to the ratatouille. It depends upon personal taste how you like it. I like mine spicy. Now if you don't, then you don't have to add so much. It's all about personal taste. And I'm going to cook this a lot longer because I like it a little mushy. But if you don't, you can serve it almost in a few minutes. It's up to you. Boy, that looks really good. Okay, the ratatouille is done. It's cooked almost 2 hours, believe it or not, an hour and a half, because there's so much in here. And now we're going to do, the pasta's made. We're going to pour some out, put it on top. Wow. Now the rest I can use for another meal or freeze. This is a little bit of the thyme. We'll get rid of that. Throw in a little parsley. And bon appetit. From farm to table. Here we go. Here's our delicious ratatouille lunch. And at the table we have some fresh salad, organic spinach, organic vegetables, and we have a great meal. So thank you for coming to Robert's Tropical Paradise Garden, and I hope you enjoyed learning how to make ratatouille.